Every year, millions of kids take the field in hopes of one day making it to the bigs and becoming a superstar. Some will drop baseball and pursue other hobbies, but some keep pushing, playing on into high school. From there, only a fraction of those kids go on to play at a collegiate level, where from there, the prospects of playing in the MLB actually seem to become attainable. The thousands of college students can only fight tooth and nail for the slim chance of getting drafted or signed by a team. A merciless climb to the top, where only the best of the best have any hope of surviving. But even if you end up as one of those lucky few, the journey doesn't end there. Unlike a league like the NFL, where college players often jump straight to the bigs, baseball players have to go through the minor league system, level after level, to weed out the cream of the crop. And the process is grueling, as most players who get drafted never make the show. Not even first rounders are safe. Only 73% of them made the majors from 1981 to 2010. With each team's 26-man roster, that's 780 spots that are up for grabs. And for almost everyone involved, it's a dream they'll never reach. Countless upon countless stories exist of careers fizzling out in AAA. Good, but just not good enough. The world of baseball is a ruthless one, and if you're not up to snuff, you'll be replaced by the next dreamer in an instant. Hell, you'll be lucky if you even get the chance in the first place. But still, the hope that one day your moment will come is the sole motivator for these minor leaguers. You will earn your moment in the sun. Out of the sea of bright-eyed youngsters, Ron Wright is another drop in the pond. One of the hundreds of thousands looking to make his name known and reach the majors. Fresh out of high school, he was selected in the 7th round of the '94 draft by the Atlanta Braves, stamping his passport to make his push for glory. Like most 18-year-olds, he got his start in the Rookie League, where he played 45 games in the Braves system. Sure, he only put up a 172, 218, 243 slash line, but come on, he's just getting started here. Give him a chance. Like clockwork, in '95 he jumped out to a better start, improving his numbers drastically on the Braves single-A team. He smashed 32 homers, 4th among all minor leaguers, including a 515-foot blast. He had the 3rd highest batting average on the team, behind Andrew Jones and Wes Helms, men who would both go on to have lengthy professional careers. Oh yeah, baby. It's only up from here. His momentum continued in '96, where he started the season in Durham, the A-plus team. After just 66 games, he earned his spot in Greensville. Another step up the ladder. Just keep pushing, man. The show is almost there. Huh. Okay, well, that ends that stint, I suppose. As part of a deal that included swapping Corey Pointer and Jason Schmidt for Denny Neagle, Wright was sent to the Pittsburgh Pirates in August of '96. It's fine. He still managed to hit 36 homers, 3rd most in the minors, so he can definitely still hit the ball. It's a new year and a new man, and look, he's even been promoted to Double-A on the Calgary Cannons, just a hair away from the bigs. Put together a good season, or maybe wait for somebody to get hurt, and Wright may very well get his shot to forge his legacy. Sure enough, in '97 he stepped up huge, hitting .304 in 91 games for the Cannons. Of course, what did the team in was the pitching, which helped contribute to them having a losing record, but it's fine. We're not here for this, we're here for the big leagues. What did matter, however, is that he suffered a wrist injury towards the end of the season, but that did little to damper his reputation. People were already looking at him as a future stud for the Bucks, one of the best young power hitters in baseball. And like that, his chance came. It's September 1997, and Ron Wright has been called up to the bigs. Oh, this is it, man. Make him proud, kid. Oh, he didn't even play? Well, he did have a sore wrist, and the team was rightfully cautious with their top prospect. So he rode the bench as the Pirates finished out an underwhelming season. I wanted to get in a game, but it was no big deal, Wright would later say. It's fine, the team still has the utmost confidence in him. You have the next 10 years here, we don't want any setbacks. As the new year rolled around, Wright was optioned back down to Nashville, with the promise that he would be back soon. About a week into the season, as he stretched on the outfield grass in Tucson, he felt a sharp pain in his back. Then he fell to the ground. He was quickly taken to a local hospital and was later flown out to Los Angeles to have a disc removed from his back. It was like I'd been shot, he said. It soon turned into a much bigger situation than initially thought, as he would miss the rest of the '98 season. As he underwent another examination, doctors confirmed his back was fine, but during the operation, his sciatic nerve was clipped, and everything changed. Even long after, he still felt the numbness in his right leg, affecting his power, the one thing he was so hyped up about. Poor Ron Wright would never be the same. His struggles reflected in his performance as he put up a meager .213, .300, .288 slash upon his return to Double-A Altoona in late '99. He fell and fell down the prospect rankings, number 6 after '98 and number 10 after '99. Then he was gone. Just 2 years after his future looked oh so bright, and he was set to be a franchise player for the Pirates, he was placed on waivers, and his time in Pittsburgh came to an end. Another brutal reminder of how ruthless the baseball machine can be. 1 minute you're a star in the making, the next you're eagerly replaced for the next young talent due to something you couldn't even control. The only thing that matters is winning, and if you can't contribute, you're better off somewhere else. 10 years, my ass. From there, Ron Wright entered into the vast abyss of the minor league world. He signed with the Cincinnati Reds and was sent to Chattanooga for yet another chance at redemption. As if fueled by nothing but spite, he put together good numbers despite his weaker power, as he only hit 12 homers in 79 games. His efforts were rewarded with a promotion to Triple-A, one that also involved moving his family just 2 days after his daughter was born. From there, he struggled once again, just barely scraping by in Louisville, but he would at least finish the year without any major injuries. Yet here he was, 24 years old, and once again thrown onto a different team, this time my good old Devil Rays. And keep in mind, this is the 2001 Devil Rays. the team who bottomed out to their first 100-loss season in franchise history, which doesn't mean much considering they weren't even able to crack 70 wins before, but whatever. As for Wright, he found himself in a familiar position as he returned to the Durham Bulls for the 2001 season. Man, look at how happy he is. There he played with such Rays legends as Dan Wheeler, Brent Abernathy, and Aubrey Huff. But Wright had them all beat as he played in 121 out of 144 games for the Bulls that year, not even coming close to sniffing the bigs. Sorry, Ron, the Devil Rays are perfectly content with Steve Cox, as well as Fred McGriff. And he's gone. You know, maybe it's a good thing he didn't come up to play for this dumpster fire of a team. With the calendar rolling over once again, Ron Wright found himself in his fifth organization, the Seattle Mariners. 8 years ago, he was seen as one of the best prospects in baseball. Now his career has tailspinned deep into the abyss. Sure, he's 26 years old now, and he's never been able to play the same after the surgery. But damn it, that doesn't matter. He'll make it eventually. If he keeps playing, keeps fighting for a bit longer, it's not too late to earn your chance. And indeed, he got out to his best start in ages, putting on an impressive showing to begin the year. The first couple weeks went by with promising numbers, but still nothing from the top brass. I suppose it's fair. This is the 2002 Mariners we're talking about. Fresh off winning 116 games, with their core guys being locked in for their roster spots. It would take a miracle for Wright to get noticed. On the night of April 11th, after a game in Des Moines, Wright returned to his hotel room, ready to rest up for the road ahead. Instead, when he walked in the door, his roommate, Ryan Miner, was waiting for him with a message. His manager, Dan Ron, wanted to see him. A million emotions could have run through his head at that moment. The slim hope that maybe he'll finally hear the words he's been waiting so long for. The one chance he's been fighting for years now. This is your moment. Edgar Martinez has gone down with a ruptured tendon. The Mariners need a righty off the bench. You've been playing well, Wright. Now go pack your bags. Tomorrow morning, you're on the first flight to Dallas. It's a brand new day here in Texas, April 12th, 2002, and Ron Wright is not in AA, AAA, or any other form of minor league ball. He's here, in Arlington, wearing the navy blue with the compass on his hat. His name and number on the back of a major league jersey. He's actually here. Sure, he would spend today and tomorrow on the bench as the M's cruised to back-to-back victories, but just being here in the moment was rewarding enough. If he's lucky, he can even have his family come to see him play when they return to Seattle. Sure, they'll probably just put him in at the end of a game, just so he can log his first at-bat. But after so long, one chance is all these guys ever want. On the 14th, once again, Wright found himself out of the lineup. The usual starters took the field for batting practice, including Jeff Cirillo, a man who would soon spiral into a dreadful Seattle stint, topped off by this improbable twist of fate. as he hit a line drive off the screen and the ball bounced right back towards him. Instantly, he fell to the ground and was out of the game, and would eventually need 3 stitches to patch up the cut along his left ear. Now Piniella had to scramble to fill the gap. Gibson to third, Sierra to left, but that still left the DH open. Alright, man. Take it easy. It's your first big league at bat, something you've only worked for your entire life. You don't have to do anything crazy, just play well enough to make your case. Stay on the team until you get back home. Then your family can come watch you in Seattle. A dream come true. It's the top of the second here in Arlington. Ron Wright facing Kenny Rogers, a man deep in the trenches of a long, tenuous career. Here on his second stint in Texas, he's struggled mightily the past couple years. But in his first games in 02, he's looked alright. But of course, this is the early 2000s Mariners we're talking about. No easy feat to overcome. Sierra and Olerud have already gotten on, as they're looking to apply pressure early. And now, here comes Wright, with 2 on and nobody out. Could get your first RBI here, or perhaps even better. Hell, even just advancing the runners would be a win. Still, keep calm, steel your nerves. Take the first pitch if you have to, just to get yourself settled in. This is the big leagues after all. Oh man, you really should have swung at that. The next 2 pitches fly right by, Wright not even taking the bat off his shoulders. Just like that, his first big league plate appearance came to a close. Hey, it's fine. Everybody does it. You can relax. It's your first game. Go out there and get him next time, bud. You know what to do. The Mariners would fail to score on the opportunity, but in the 4th, deja vu came to Ron Wright. Sierra and Olerud would both get on once again, setting up first and third with nobody out. Look at this, an even better chance than before. This time, no holding back. Swing the bat. Make your name known. He would swing, twice in fact, but would miss both times, bringing the count to 2-2. Then, on his 8th big league pitch, Ron Wright made contact for the first time. Damn, what a snag by Rogers. Gotta admit, he's a hell of a fielder. He'd even win a Gold Glove that year. The quick throw to second would get Olerud out. Well, at least Wright would get on base. Wait, what's Sierra doing? Why is he going for home? My man, Alex Rodriguez is right there. He's almost on the infield grass. Why are you going for home? The relay ensues back and forth as Sierra's not even trying to save face. Come on, man. This is your 16th season in the bigs. You know better than this. Whatever. At least keep him held up long enough to get something out of this. As first base coach John Moses would signal Wright to head for second. The ball returns to Rogers' hands, who effortlessly tags out Sierra, and... Oh no! No! I could see it developing, Piniella would later say, like a thunderstorm in the Gulf. What you just witnessed is the only 162-514 triple play in MLB history. And it happened to a rookie on his second ever at-bat. The first time in 30 years that a player has gotten into a triple play on his first game. What can you even say to that? Well, Brett Boone has some words of wisdom for the awestruck rookie. Hey dude, that was bad. The game rolled on, with the Rangers taking the lead in the bottom half thanks to a home run by the very man who got the triple play started, Alex Rodriguez. Into the sixth, the Fates would give Wright one last chance. 2 men on, nobody out, one swing of the bat can retake the lead. Oh boy, baby, you got this, Wright!
Would you take 2? 6, 4, 3.
The Mariners would ultimately mount a comeback, rattling off 6 hits and 7 batters to tie the game at 5 in the 7th. Sierra and Olerud would once again get on base, this time with 1 out. But Wright would never again leave the dugout, as he was subbed out for Mark McLemore. To Wright's credit, at least he would strike out, which couldn't be any worse than what Wright would have done. In the end, the Mariners would win 9-7, their 7th straight victory. Not that Wright had anything to do with it. 6 outs and 3 at-bats. And yet, in the clubhouse, he held his head high, as Boone would present him with a lineup card autographed by the man himself, Alex Rodriguez. For him, just being there was enough. It was, in his own words, the best day of his professional life. The next day, the Mariners won again, finishing off the sweep in Texas. Wright remained on the bench, with Piniella even joking around. I'd put you in, but I'm afraid you'd hit into a triple play. They both had a hearty laugh about it before heading to the airport and setting off for Oakland. Don't worry, Wright. Surely your time will come again. But the business of baseball is a ruthless one, and the Mariners needed a fresh arm after that 10-inning slugfest. The writing was on the wall. I wish I could give you another chance up here. And that was that. Ron Wright would spend the rest of the year in Tacoma, waiting for that chance that never came. The next year, he was on yet another team, then another, falling further and further away. In July 2003, he was released from the Tigers, where he moved on to the Northern League, playing in Sioux City. Then, one day in Richmond, as he collided with a catcher on his way home, his right leg gave out again. In that moment, he knew it was over. Ron Wright's professional career had come to an end. On June 29th, 1905, Archibald Wright Graham played in his first and only game for the New York Giants, taking the field in the ninth, standing out there in right, not even touching the ball once, and then leaving the majors forever. Yet this man's legacy remained such a fascinating subject that he made his way into Field of Dreams, one of the most popular baseball movies of all time.
It was like having this close to your dreams, and then watch them brush past you like a stranger in a crowd. At the time, you don't think much of it. You know, we just don't recognize the most significant moments of our lives while they're happening. Back then, I thought, well, there'll be other days. I didn't realize that that was the only day.
Over 100 years later, another Wright would follow in his footsteps. But you won't see this man in any movies. Now he works as a pharmacist back in Utah. He went back to school for his degree, even including his old number 7 in his email address. He keeps no tapes, no pictures, nothing from his brief moment in the sun. The only relic he chose to keep was the lineup card, nestled into his briefcase and tucked away in the closet. But Ron Wright chooses not to remain bitter, to spend his days mourning the fruitful career he could have had. Instead, he lives happily, giving private hitting lessons and even publishing his own hitting guide. With his wife and 4 kids, he's made the most out of the special opportunity he had. Sure, he never got the fame or the riches that came with being a major leaguer, but none of that really matters to him. I really would have liked to get a hit in the big leagues, Wright said. But for me, the dream was just being there. The dream that thousands upon thousands of kids strive for year after year was something he got to achieve, if even for just a day. That's the moment you play for. That's the memory you'll never forget. It's fun to look back on. I wouldn't really joke about it because it was sacred to me. I loved it. Maybe I should be bitter because of that one game. But I feel lucky.